It's changing every day in every possible way. Hello and welcome to the Hypertrophy Odyssey chapter 112, aka 112. It is the second day of the week, aka the Quadzilla workout. I did not forget my shoes this time. I am feeling pretty good. It's a little bit later than I wanted to be going out, but I had to go get my other car fixed. This car, the one that is the hoopty basically, the AC doesn't work, thus the window is wide open. Hopefully the wind isn't too bad. So that's why the mic has the dead cat. But anyways, so to the main subject matter for today. It is something that I've been honestly wanted to talk about for a while. It is something that I've realized that I could actually go 3 different routes with it, but I'm gonna go with the one route first, and it's probably not even gonna be the only time I talk about this. It'll probably come up again sometime later because it's such a deep and heavy subject. So, what is that subject? Well, you've probably already seen it from the title and the thumbnail. Dreams. Yes, dreams. I wanted to talk more about dreams because dreams coming into the forefront recently for me. So I'll give a story a little bit before I continue. First, the other night I had a dream. I don't remember the dream exactly. And before I even continue with the story, actually, we're talking about sleeping dreams, visions that you see while sleeping, that type of dreams, not aspirations or things you want to do or things like that. Those are a different type of dream, and that will be for a different video. I'm talking about the you know, that type of dream. Okay, so that is that. So back to the story. So the other night I was having a dream, right? I don't remember what the hell the dream was. I don't remember anything about it at all, except for one thing. And one thing I remember was, hey, hit up this person. And then that's when I was like, okay, I woke up and I was like, okay, I need to hit this person up to hang out. I haven't seen them in such a long time. I need to hit them up. So later on in that day, I set something up with him and another friend, and then I get told by them that literally I came up in conversation the day before between them. They had just hung out, and that they were like, oh, hey, you came up in conversation. We were like, hey, how is he doing? We should hang out with him. So it was just funny because it is as if something shot out. It is as if that conversation, when they talked, decided, hey, let's shoot this out into the greater unconscious and send it to this guy and make it so it comes out into a dream for him. Now, there's a whole other video about the great unconscious I could do, which I don't want to do yet. That's a whole other thing. I don't want to get into that in this video. I might touch upon it, but it's not going to be the main subject matter of this video. But the main subject matter of this video is dreams, because dreams are very, very, very interesting things that I think a lot of people minimize a lot of the time in their life, and or they don't have any, which is also a interesting thing too. I think I'll take this time before we get into the voiceover to say that I've recently had a couple of dreams, like that one the other day, that was pretty telling about life events and stuff like that. But dreams, to say this, dreams are some of the most important things that people have that people don't realize are important. You'd be surprised at how discarded dreams are, but yet if you ask someone, hey, tell me your most memorable dream, they'd probably remember it like that, like without even questioning it, if they remember their dreams, because there are some people who don't, and there are some people who don't dream, but that's a whole other subject, kind of, because that involves a couple of extracurricular activities, but that is what it is. Sometimes you can dream while on that, but still, that's a whole other subject. But dreaming is an important thing, and I feel like a lot of people don't realize how important it is, because it can tell a lot about you, but also the universe is trying to sometimes tell you something, you know? People don't want to look into it too much like that because it's a little too woohoo, you know? And I get it, I understand why that it might have that stigma, but at the same time, like I said before, you ask someone, hey, tell me like a dream that you remember or that vividly, or some dream that made you do something, and then they'll instantly tell you like, oh, it's this one that happened when I was like 12. They remember exact details about it, which is insane, because if you ask them like, what'd you eat for breakfast yesterday, they don't remember, but this one specific dream they had one night, they instantly remember it, and it is ingrained in their head. So it is something to think about and put more into, you know? It all is interconnected, to say the least. But with that being said, we'll get into more details, more dream analysis and things like that on the inside. Okay, so first start this day off with squats, which felt great, excellent, 4 sets, so very nice. But anyway, to get back to it, the main subject matter at hand, you know how I like to start these. I'll start with what Wikipedia says. A dream is a succession of images, ideas, emotions, and sensations that occur involuntarily in the mind during certain stages of sleep. Humans spend about 2 hours dreaming per night. Each dream lasts about 5 to 20 minutes, although the dreamer may perceive the dream as being much longer than this. So there you go, that was like the first little blurb. I wanted to read that to establish something when it comes to dreams particularly. This won't be the first video, that's why I said part 1, because there's going to be multiple just talking about these types of dreams. I will distinguish the other types of dreams like aspirations in another video. I like to think of dreams as trying to solve a problem the conscious mind cannot solve, and that is something to look at it sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes. I like to think of it like that. There's sometimes a place where it is where the brain can try to solve something using symbolism or some type of things to try to solve something in your life. Sometimes you have to look at it and really analyze it, and that'll be a whole other episode. But I feel like a lot of people don't end up doing that, and that is very much an error. But there are some people who do end up doing it and allowing these dreams to really influence them and let them really take control of their life. And in a way, I don't necessarily love it, but I don't necessarily hate that. I think that it is something there. I think when you dream of something and it speaks to you a lot, it is the universe trying to tell you something. I don't know what it is. It depends on the person, depends on what it is, depends on anything. It could be as simple as, you need to not eat before going to sleep, to as something as grand as your life purpose is this, But I think nowadays I realize, I don't know what it is, but like certain dreams I will just have and then instantly know exactly what I need to do. I've done enough like self-analyzation of the dream, so I know like, okay, the main message from this is do this, so I don't necessarily even need to remember it. But it is interesting to look back if you remember any dream and to think about it as to why it was so important, because if you look back on it, there's probably some elements of things that were going on in your life around the time that you had the memorable dream, and you may not even realize that that dream was influenced by those things, or they were, but you kind of ignore it, or they just were certain things that they were trying to figure out in your head, really. So it all just depends. And that's the beauty about dreams, is really no matter what happens in them, no matter what happens in dreams, you are the eye of the beholder, so you understand what's happening in them more likely than not. There are certain elements of a dream, no matter how much you may tell someone, that only you might understand. And that is something that is the funny part about dream analyzation, but dreams in general, is that they're so custom to you that it'll always be for you, and whatever it is for you. So the reason why I brought this up is because I think that dreams can be very important for certain people. I mean, recently, I can tell you an experience I had in a recent dream I had. My grandmother passed away recently, and I had a dream after she passed where I got to say goodbye to her, which was interesting because I didn't think that, one, I'd have that dream, but two, that it was something that I was in a slight mourning phase, but nothing too crazy, but I ended up having a chance to say goodbye, which in the dream world, yes, but it is something that I wasn't able to do in real life, as it was very sudden on a random Saturday when it happened. So it was something that I feel like I got a chance to do, and I think people underestimate that entire thing, like, oh, it's just a dream, oh, whatever. But I feel like a lot of people, it can give them that closure that they may or may not have with a loved one or something along those lines, or when they see them again, it's usually, I feel like it's something like they're allowing the other world basically to come into their life and be able to talk to them. I don't want to get too into the spirituality about dreams, because that is a whole other subject for a whole other day, because this is just more of an introduction type deal. But Dreams are very, very interesting, very important. If you can look at them and look at what they mean to you personally, whether you remember them or not. If you don't remember them, that's fine. But if you do remember them, if you can write them down or just look up what some analyzation stuff is, because there's also different interpretations. But remember this when you look up analyzations, is that, or just in general, is that dreams are unique to you. So even if you get in it, like one of the like classic ones where like your teeth fall out, and that means that the general gist of it, if you look it up online, is that you don't trust someone or something like that, which might be accurate, but realistically you just have to look at the reasons why these things happen in your dream and then kind of interpret it around it. A lot of it has to do with feelings and emotions that happen, or associations that come along with these things. And sometimes they are literally just as simple as nothing more than just you doing too much or a lot of one thing during the day, so it influences you at night. I will never forget the dream I had where I was in the middle of Grand Theft Auto Vice City, and then all of a sudden a fight between myself and Scorpion came on. So yeah, it really just depends sometimes. But there are times you can distinguish when something means something, and you can tell. It's not that hard. If you remember it vividly and you feel like something's there, it's definitely there. It's fucking hot. And we're back. Welcome to the workout debriefing. Exercise is not filmed. Actually, we do have one, hip abductors. The hip abduction machine, didn't get a chance to film it. I was doing some dead hangs, and then I had put the camera away, and then I saw that the machine was open. So that was one, and then the other was, what was the other one? Oh, exercises skipped one, actually. I didn't do Jefferson curls because Jefferson curls, the area where I do them, it was busy. So I was like, all right, I'm just not even gonna go, and I had to go anyway. It was time for me to head on out. I have to get home and go do some stuff. So there's that. But anyways, back to the main subject matter at hand. Dreams. Dreams, I really, really, really like talking about them. I think they are a fascinating subject, to say the least. I think a lot of people would benefit from dream analyzation and all that other stuff. I think I will make another video about just that alone, because that's a whole other subject regarding dreams. I think the fact that dreams are so multifaceted, and basically most, if not everyone, has them. So they are unanimous. Like, you know, not everybody has the exact same dream, but everybody usually has a dream that they end up remembering about themselves or something along those lines. So it is interesting to see, and I hope that maybe we can do some more dream analyzation and things like that, because dreams are very deep, but dreams are something very personal too. So no matter what I say in these videos, at the end of the day, your dreams are your experiences, so their interpretations are only based upon you. But with that being said, that's a different subject for a different day. Tell me what you think in the comments below. I would love to know your thoughts and opinions about this. I would love to know your thoughts about your dreams. I would love to know any dreams that you may or may not remember vividly, that you remember from back in the day. Maybe you remember something in particular. I don't know what it is. It could be anything, but please let me know. I would love to know any thoughts, comments, or anything like that regarding dreams. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I will be back on tomorrow with a new video. Thank you very much for watching. Have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Peace.